September 1st, Echo is going to be roaring, and one of the men who fought there before in his hometown, you're going to be fighting again. Mick, thanks very much for joining me. You're fighting, I think it's pronounced Mush Aslani. I believe the pronunciation.
That's the one, Mush Aslani. Spot on.
So, you're looking to go back to the Echo. When you fight the Echo, you fought there before. What was the atmosphere for you, the feeling like going into there?
Yeah, I've fought there twice now. So the first time it was, I've never, I've been fighting a long time. I've never felt anything like that. Truthfully, I was nervous. The nerves affected my performance. My first fight was against Josh McManus. I got the job done. Got the win. Won all 3 rounds, but I could have done a lot better. Truthfully, I watched the fight back, and even now, I'm 10 times better. That was about 10 months ago. I think nerves, they do. Anyone says they don't get nervous, it's nonsense. It's learning how to control your nerves and thrive off them. Now, this time round, I've been beat. I got beat in my last fight against Bonner due to a terrible weight cut. I messed up. And I think, that's took a lot of the pressure and a lot of the nerves away. I've righted me wrongs, and things are a lot better this time. And I can't wait to put a show on and get the crowd on the feet and get the job done.
So no broken hands this time. You're not fit. You haven't got any injuries.
Not one injury. Let's touch wood on that. Not one injury. You do usually have injuries coming into fight camp. You train hard. Things go wrong. I've had knees go. I've had obviously hands go. I've had a shoulder pop out in fight camp. It's crazy the injuries you get, but sometimes you've just got to, if you pulled out over every injury, you'd never fight, unfortunately. No. This time, I'm actually, I wish I could skip a week and go now. I'm ready to go. It's like, I think I'm going down and do a little bit of sparring tomorrow, ASW with Chaddy and stuff like that. And then probably Saturday, that probably be my last hard spar tomorrow. Thursday probably be my last hard wrestling session, and then it's just tick over, make weight. Then it's all good.
Nice. So the weight cut, like you said, weight cuts sometimes go right, sometimes they go wrong. Sometimes your body just doesn't want to cut it, and sometimes your body just says no.
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
I had it myself when I was dropping, and it just you're messed because your body's falling apart and your mind just starts to go, and it's horrible. So what have you done then to kind of get ahead of that this time?
I've kept my weight a lot lower this time. I've over Christmas before the Bonner fight. The Bonner fight was February, so I fought October in my first cage warriors outing, and then I had a few months off, but I was still training. I work in the gym, was training every day. I've just got, I can eat, and when I eat, I put a lot of weight on fast. I've always been like that. I've had that problem since a young lad. So I've kept the weight around 92 for this. I haven't gone over it, which is I've been a lot better off. Right now I'm about 4 kilos better off than I was last time for the Bonner fight. 8 pounds, it's a massive difference.
Yeah.
So, the stress, I just feel so much better, so much happier. I'm looking forward to going into fight week. Everything's going great. There's not, like I said, I went up Christmas last time. I think I went up about 98 kilo, and it's not professional. I messed up. I had Christmas off. I was still training, but I train every day, in or out. I don't believe in fight camps. But it's just obviously food, eating well, and the weight just flew on so quick. I think I had a week off over Christmas from work, but I was still taking over training, running, boxing, and I put about a stone on, you know what I mean, in a week. It's just, you've got to be on the ball, unfortunately, and I've learned that lesson. If I want to do this and carry on doing it, I've got to be professional.
Or just enjoy cake and be a heavyweight.
Oh, that would be great. I'd love to be a big fat heavyweight.
Exactly.
I would. They don't know how lucky they are.
They don't.
How hard I have to die to make that weight is just crazy. But it'd be worth it. Be worth it. I can't wait.
It will. I was interviewing Mark Godbeer, and he was sat there eating M&M's fight week, just going, "Great being." He said, "It's great being a heavyweight. Great being a heavyweight."
I know. I know. Suppose though you don't get that. You don't get that buzz when you weigh in. It feels like when you're weighing in and you make weight, it feels like you won the fight there and then. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, and the 2 times I've missed weight, I've actually lost a fight. So maybe it's something to do with, you know, the experience and how you're feeling going into the fight, psychological. You know, you feel a failure when you miss weight. You do. It's a hard thing to shake off.
It's horrible, yeah, it's not good. So I was going to say, the McManus fight, what I liked about it, even though you had the broken hand, unbeknown to everyone at the time, you showed your wrestling skills. You showed that you're not just a boxer, which is what people would see because of your boxing background and your pedigree in boxing. Don't get me wrong, you've got beautiful hands, good footwork for it. But the wrestling, you showed good entries, good takedowns, and you could hold it down. You weren't just... So a lot of guys sometimes just do it just to try and mix it up a bit and they don't really get the takedown. You could show a good side to you. Obviously, you took a lot of confidence, I'd imagine, from that, did you, as well?
But truthfully, I wasn't happy whatsoever with that performance. You know, I wanted to take him down and get the stoppage. He had me stuck in half guard. His jiu-jitsu was very good. You know, he was a great fighter. He had no wrestling. I watched that from his videos. You know, there was no problem taking him down. But now I've worked on every fight, win or lose. You get things you have to work on. You know, I truthfully going into fights, I haven't had that fight yet where I've walked away and went, I've smashed it. I did well there. I haven't had it, and that's what I'm chasing. I'm chasing that big fight and that big win to make me go, you know, I'm in the gym and I'm in the gym. I'm just like, you know, I'm unbelievable. I'm untouchable, unstoppable. I feel great. I don't have problems. I've just got to get that. They say, you know, you only show like 30% in the cage. You know, I want to keep chasing. I want to show at least 50% what I'm capable of. I've got so much more. I think with the McManus though, obviously the nerves, like I said before, I sort of stalled a little bit. I had him down. I didn't want him to get up. You know, now I've worked on my ground part. I've worked on my posture, my wrestling. I don't sit in people's guards. I posture up. You know, them strikes, them elbows. It opened doors for me, and I've learned a lot since then. So, you know, taking pieces from wins and losses, it's very important to progress.
Absolutely, and that's what I mean. So you got a great little stepping stone for the takedown, the positions you can hold it, and then just add on to it. You know, that's it, because you think I can successfully do it. I just need to evolve it a little bit more, and that's the thing.
That's right.
It was 15 minutes though you got. That was good experience for you, mate. That's something that
it is, definitely.
You know, like a 30-second knockout, you can only get so much out of that. Like, yeah, I did really well to knock him out in 30 seconds, but 15 minutes in a cage, that's almost priceless.
No, definitely. I've had that before. I think I had a 5-second KO once on an amateur card, and all the work you put into it, you know, you're buzzing, and then you come out and you go, thinking, that was a waste of time. So all them seconds got people to come down, and you hit him with one left hook and he went to sleep. You don't learn from him. So it's great to go the distance, you know, win or lose. It's go the distance and get them rounds in. You know, it's not all about winning. It's about performing and competing.
So with the boxing background, did it take a bit of time to get the footwork right for MMA? Because it is very different. You know, you have to, because I trained when I was getting ready for some of the fights. I've got a friend over here. He was in the Commonwealth Games, and for boxing. And when we just boxed, he just lit me up like a Christmas tree. Couldn't get near him. It was, and he was a heavy. I think he fought a heavyweight magician though. I just couldn't get my head around it. But then when we threw wrestling in, then I was okay. Then I was like, oh cool. I just get him, charge him down a bit, close the. But did you find that transition take a little bit of time still? Do you still sometimes find yourself falling into that?
Obviously, it depends. Obviously, if a boxer comes straight from boxing into high level MMA with good lads, obviously there's going to be gaps and windows. But I think my footwork and my hands, you know, give everyone problems straight away. Obviously, learning the ground game and learning how to wrestle. Me wrestling was natural. Obviously, the ground game, you're starting from scratch. It took a long time to learn it, and I'm still evolving and learning all the time. That's non-stop working. But once you sort of get the gist of it, it's fighting, isn't it? It's like the next fight coming up with Mush. You know, people are thinking about my hands on their feet. I'm going to beat him up no matter where I am. The kid doesn't like to get hit. He's an amazing wrestler, he's an amazing athlete. But if you don't like getting hit and you're in a fight, you're in trouble, unfortunately. Yeah. So I'm going to use my hands and use my strikes all over the place, non-stop, ground and pound, from the bottom, from the top, all over. So it's not just, you know, about boxing on the feet. Sometimes it's about in the clinch, you know, dirty boxing, in your scrambles, catching them with a nice uppercut and stuff. You know, it's good to work your boxing. It's a totally different sport, isn't it, MMA? It's like boxing, your hands are just a fraction. But I remember Joe Rogan on one of his podcasts, he was talking about, you know, to get the perfect MMA fighter was like a national champion boxer and a blue belt in jiu-jitsu, have the great fundamentals. And it is right, because if you don't want to be on the floor, I think you get to a certain level and you're comfortable and you can get out of trouble and you know what you're doing, that can get you back to the feet, you know, using wrestling as well as that. So obviously, I think if you have very good hands and good power, there's different types of boxers, though, isn't there? There's counter punches.
Oh, very much so.
I've seen some amazing, I've seen some good boxers come into MMA, and they're no good at the MMA, and they don't even let the hands go because they're waiting for them slips and the boxing on the back foot. I think my type of boxing style, I wasn't a great boxer, but I was a fighter. I'd put the pressure on them, I'd get in the pocket, and I'd take a few to land a big knockout. So I think that works well with the MMA, the scrappy type of style.
Yeah, you're right, because like you say, like Floyd Mayweather would be a great example. Floyd couldn't do what he does in MMA because you just take him down.
No chance. Well, even that though, his legs there for the kick all day, isn't he? You know. Yeah. You know, you can't. He likes to slip and move. You throw a jab and he lean back. You're going to chop that leg kick in all day, aren't you?
Exactly. They are. It's just I when I was training with him, my friend, it was just beautiful in the boxing side. But then when you start to throw another element in, it starts to then break that down, and obviously you have to transition it. So I was just curious on how you found that difference when you were just having to evolve it a little bit, and just obviously then change your angles a bit, and obviously you can't do like 4 or 5 punch combos potentially because you run the risk then of the takedown and stuff.
That's it. Definitely, it's singles or doubles or setting it up with feints. You know, like I said, I go sparring with a few good mates who are professional boxers still, and it's crazy what you can do in a boxing ring. And people don't see half of that in a cage. You know, you can't fight in the pocket, you can't use the ropes. No. You know, again, the boxing ring is like riding a bike and all the tricks come out, and you're like, wow, I'd love to be able to do this in MMA. Truthfully, it's just straight shots down the pipe with a couple of slips. That's it in the cage and them little gloves.
Yeah, your hook, you've got a beautiful little hook that you slip on there. You know, I like that you've got in there. It's just, and that was what I noticed. Boxers, they have really smooth hooks. You know, they're almost weightless, but there's so much pop in them. Yeah. And that's one thing I took from boxing. I just went, if I could nail that lead hook, that smooth, just relaxed hook that just has so much pop in, it's a huge weapon in MMA.
Yeah, I think the style I used to use, I used to have a nice tight guard and get in the pocket and take them shots on the gloves to land great counters, and you can't do that in 4-ounce gloves. You can't take no shots on the gloves. You know, your knuckles are on your chin. It hurts if you get, you know, there's not much glove to protect yourself with, so you've got to use that. I like to think of like the old amateur style, in and out, good footwork, long range, and setting everything up from your feet.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I see it in your performances. Like, you can see the way you move and the way you land punches, the way you just have that range nailed. You've got them just out of your out their reach. Sorry, and you're just there. It's lovely to watch, and I'm looking forward to your fight on the first, big time. Obviously, before this fight happens, we mentioned before your opponent Mush. How are you looking to perform? Have you got a prediction yourself on how you're going to perform in this fight?
I can see me stopping him. I'm prepared for the very tough 3 rounds. You know, I'll push myself to the absolute limit with some monsters. I'm at the point now where I'm just not getting tired in training. It's like, obviously the weight cuts, you know, the diets, but I can go all day. I can, you know, I've said this before in some interviews, if you are a stand-up fighter, but I'm not just a stand-up fighter, I'm an MMA fighter, you know, I'm a good wrestler, my ground game's flying at the moment, everyone's amazed how good my ground game is. You know, if you're a stand-up fighter and going into a cage and thinking you're just going to beat someone up and a wrestler's not going to take you down, you're in for a shock. And I've done that myself against McManus, you know, we still stood and traded that takedown, so I'm ready for the scrambles, I'm ready, you know, to wrestle, I'm ready to scramble, and I'm ready to beat him up wherever the fight goes. I can honestly see him quitting. You know, I love fighting dirty. I love getting stuck in. I don't mind getting it. You know, I get cut up every fight. It's part of the game. But I don't think he's that way inclined. You know, if starts to slight with me, I know as soon as he gets clipped, he's going to shoot. He's not going to like it. You know, and then we're going to scramble from there and see where it goes. I do not think he's got the capability to submit me or put me in any trouble. I don't think he's got any ground and pound. So wherever it is, you know, it's the death, we scramble and we fight and see who comes out on top.
It's going to be wild, and you're going to have tons of people that are supporting you. I know it's going to be a hell of an atmosphere, as it always is with the Echo. So look, have an awesome fight, man. But before I let you shoot off, dude, give us your social media so people can jump on and give you a follow and give you some support.
Yeah, Facebook, Mikey Stanton, Instagram, Mikey Stanton, and a big, you know, shout out to my team, Hammer, all my training partners, the lad at ASW for having me down, and my sponsor, Feel Supreme. Thanks to everyone for having me back, and I can't wait to get in there and put a show on. I'm ready.
Can't wait. Thanks for your time, buddy, and have a great end to the fight camp and a great fight.
Thanks for having me on, mate.